I've been writing fiction for 18 years at this point, and as you can imagine, I have written a lot of chapters. In this video, I'm going to talk about what I think about when deciding on the pacing of my chapters that will make it so that the reader never feels bored, but never feels rushed. The first thing that I think is very important to understand about pacing is that there is no correct chapter length. Don't be fooled by what the internet says about in this genre, the chapters should be this many words and aim for this many words in this genre. I have read books that have no chapters, just one big long chapter. I have read books where a chapter is a single sentence. The only thing that matters is the content of the chapter matches the length of it. You might be thinking, if there's no correct length, how do you know when to end a chapter? Well, I'll tell you how I do it. I view each chapter as a mini story that has a beginning, middle, and end. I call it a mini arc. The chapter ends when that mini arc is finished. That's it. You can even use a small version of the 3-act structure for each chapter. You have the beginning, the setup, the inciting incident, you have the midpoint, the climax, then the resolution. That can work at a chapter level. That can even work at a paragraph level. That can work in a sentence level. I mean, the 3-act structure is top tier. The point is that the way I think about it with a beginning, middle, and end has nothing to do with the length of the chapter. It has everything to do with what serves the story. So for your own writing, map out the beats of a chapter and then see where the beginning, middle, and end is. If you feel like there's a beginning in the middle and then it kind of finishes there, maybe you're missing the end. Or if you feel like there's a beginning, middle, of end, then another beginning, then part of a middle, that means you've done too much. The new beginning should be a new chapter. That's how I like to think about it. Another thing that really affects how I decide to pace my writings is that I like to compress action and expand emotion. This is not a hard and fast rule, but this is generally how I like to write. And this is at the sentence level itself, so it's pretty specific. When I talk about compressing action, I mean when you have a lot of action happening in a chapter, I like to use short, punchy sentences. This happened, then this, then this, and this. It speeds up the action, which matches what is actually happening in the book. Imagine it like in a movie. Let's say an action scene is happening, a car chase. What happens to the music? It goes up in tempo. It becomes more staccato, like quick taps. It's upbeat. It gets you feeling the speed and adrenaline. That is how I use my sentences. They become quick and fast and punchy to match the quick, fast, punchy action that is happening. On the other side, emotion. I like to expand emotion, which means when you have a deep emotional scene, I like to do longer sentences, let them sit, explain in more descriptive detail, slow it down, let the reader feel it, let them revel in the emotion you're explaining on the page. That can be using more flowery language, more metaphors. Give the emotion time to breathe. Just like music in a movie, sentences in a book, their rhythm signals to the reader how they should feel in that moment. Short, fast sentences ramp up the action, ramp up the excitement, make the adrenaline kick in. Slower, longer, flowery sentences will slow things down, make the reader take more time, absorb the information more carefully. And there you have it. This was a quick video. It's not complicated, it's simple. There's more to it than I've explained in this video, but if you think about it in this way, then you're gonna have good pacing. Everything else on top is like the icing, and you can play with it with experience. These are good rules of thumb and ways to think about pacing with the mini arcs of a chapter and compressing action and expanding emotion. Follow these rules and more than likely you're gonna have good pacing. With that being said, AAWatson out.